The paper trail. Let's go, 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 go. Yeah, 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 yeah. For the love of money, niggas come around. For the love of money, some stay around. For the love of money, what a nigga will do. For the love of the money, money. Yeah. I gotta shake it 12 at night to 5 in the morning. They don't give a fuck now. If it's for that money, nigga, I party like a motherfucking dog. For that cat, I am gon' roof. And I'm barking at that cat, and I am gon' take the roof off. And I'm riding that ride. Real leaning to the left, but I'm steady on the only right. I'm swerving with a purpose, with a purpose. A nigga been sipping on that purple. A nigga been cheaping on that purple. Cause I'm getting money, I'm getting money. Cause I'm getting money. And I'm laughing all the way to the motherfucking bank. And I'm telling her, tell me later if she thinking what I'm thinking. Damn me getting money. I walk about the bank and I stuck up in the wheel. Headed to my next big destination. Somewhere where I'm gonna be faded. Sipping on a motherfucking Molotov feed.
This is what happens when you mix a roast, makes it 10 times creepier. And if that wasn't weird enough, there's also what looks like someone's grandpa slowly walking behind. But what do you even call this thing?
Starting next year, robots could give birth instead of women, and a Chinese company is announcing that it would
This is what happens when you mix a robot dog with human. It moves like a machine, but the face makes it 10 times creepier. And if that wasn't weird enough, there's also what looks like someone's grandpa slowly walking behind. But what do you even call this thing?
Starting next year, robots could Starting next year, it only costs $13,000. Here's what's happening and what it means for you. A Chinese company has just announced the world's first artificial womb, and it looks straight out of sci-fi. The system uses a humanoid robot filled with artificial amniotic fluid and nutrients designed to support a baby from conception to birth. And they're saying that they'll have a prototype ready next year. If this works, it could revolutionize. Starting next year, robots could give birth instead of women, and a Chinese company is announcing that it would only cost $13,000. Here's what's happening and what it means for you. A Chinese company has just announced the world's first artificial womb, and it looks straight out of sci-fi. The system uses a humanoid robot filled with artificial amniotic fluid and nutrients designed to support a baby from conception to birth. And they're saying that they'll have a prototype ready next year. If this works, it could revolutionize fertility treatments for people that can't have children naturally. But it also raises massive ethical questions around the future of reproduction. So I'm curious, what do you
You think humanoid robots one reacts to your feelings. Yelef Xian 2.0 carries the elegance of classical culture. Luna talks like a hotel concierge who never gets tired. Xiaolon connects with you like a real friend. And then Emeka, yeah, the internet's favorite robot, throws a micro-expression so perfect, even experts forget she's a machine. So today, we're diving into the 10 most realistic humanoid robots of 2025. AI robots that look, behave, and react so human-like that even standing near them can glitch your brain for a moment. Let's get with the robot that has impressed every single robotics engineer who has ever seen it up close. Emeka, built by Engineered Arts in the UK. Emeka is not just a robot. Emeka is a presence. When she looks at you, she isn't staring blankly. She's analyzing your micro-expressions in real time. She notices your facial tension, your eyebrows, your smile size, your tone, and then her face responds dynamically. Her eyebrow transitions alone are more expressive than most humans you meet on Monday mornings. Engineered Arts uses a proprietary system called Tritium OS, which basically acts like an emotional operating system. Emeka's conversations aren't scripted. They're generated on the fly based on context. She doesn't just hear your words, she interprets your intent. And here's what most people don't know. Emeka has dozens of tiny actuators in her face, each capable of independent movement. These create micro-expressions, the small reactions humans make subconsciously. A quick gaze shift, a subtle smirk, a tiny breath-like jaw movement. It's unsettling because you're watching a machine do things your brain associates only with biological life. The reason Emeka has gray skin and no defined gender is intentional. Engineered Arts understands the uncanny valley. If a robot looks too real, people freak out. If it looks too mechanical, people detach. So Emeka sits in the perfect sweet spot, not trying to be human, but still behaving like one. Number 2, Yelef Xian 2.0, the cultural Yindiaroid. Now, let's fly to China, where things get even more interesting. Yelef Xian 2.0, created by X-Robots, also known as a head form, is like stepping into an alternate timeline where androids have existed for centuries. While Emeka leans futuristic, Xian feels like a living piece of classical art. Her appearance is intentionally inspired by traditional Chinese aesthetics, soft facial structure, gentle eye shapes, smooth posture. But it's the skin that takes it to another level. Xian's silicone skin mimics the density and elasticity of real human tissue. When light hits it, it reacts correctly. When she smiles, the micro wrinkles form naturally. When she blinks, the eyelids glide with lifelike friction. But it gets crazier. Xian 2.0 actually breathes. Not literal lungs, of course, but subtle torso and clavicle shifts that simulate breathing patterns. Most people don't even consciously notice it, but your subconscious mind does. And that's what sells the illusion. She also understands culturally rich topics. Poetry, ancient literature, traditional dances, historical figures. She can discuss them with emotional inflection. Museums in China have started using her as a cultural guide because she doesn't just repeat facts. She presents them with emotional nuance. Imagine walking into a cultural center and being greeted by a robot who talks like she stepped out of a historical drama. It's wild. Should cultural robots like Xian represent history and heritage? Or is that something only humans should do? Comment now and let us know. Your thoughts guide what we cover next. Number 3, UNA the service robot who talks like a human. Let's shift from cultural androids to social androids. UNA, built by UpTech Robotics in Shenzhen, is designed for one purpose: human interaction. Not entertainment, not research, service. Hotels, airports, museums, customer support desks. You'll start seeing UNA everywhere very soon. What makes UNA stand out is the fluidity of her conversations. She doesn't sound robotic or scripted. She responds like someone who understands your vibe. If you speak loudly and enthusiastically, she mirrors your energy. If you're quiet or stressed, she softens her tone. Her conversational power comes from massive AI models integrated into her system. She can talk about news, weather, travel, directions, food, school subjects, and switch languages instantly. She could literally be your hotel concierge in the morning, your museum guide in the afternoon, and your translation assistant at night. And here's the part that will change jobs worldwide. UNA remembers your preferences. You check in once, she knew. Hotels love that. Humans? Mixed feelings. If you love these deep dives into the future of AI and robots, hit subscribe. We've got much crazier stuff coming. Number 4, XI land the android with human eyes. If there is one robot on this entire list that could genuinely make you feel like you're talking to a real person, it's Xiaolan from Digit. Because her eyes are on another level. Human eyes don't stay perfectly still. They perform microsaccades, tiny jumps that happen subconsciously. Xiaolan replicates those movements exactly. So when she looks at you, your brain instantly labels her as alive. She also reads your emotional state with shocking accuracy. Smile and she softens. Look sad and her expression changes. Raise your voice and she adapts. And yes, she's already being deployed in elder care homes across China, sitting with lonely seniors, reading stories, listening to their experiences, and helping them feel less isolated. We're building machines that can emotionally comfort humans. That sentence would have sounded insane 10 years ago. Number 5, Sophia, the original global celebrity android. We can't talk about realistic robots without acknowledging the one who started the global android conversation. Sophia by Hanson Robotics. Sophia isn't the most realistic robot in 2025 visually, but she's the most famous. She's been interviewed by presidents, comedians, scientists, actors, and she's had more global media appearances than many human influencers. Her new upgrades make her better than ever. Sophia now has improved emotional recognition, smoother facial transitions, and deeper conversational abilities. She's better at humor, better at understanding context, and better at detecting sarcasm. Sophia's true power isn't her face, it's her experience. She's had millions of real-world conversations, and that data has been used to refine her personality and intelligence. She's the OG android, the blueprint. The reason today's realistic robots exist. Is Sophia still the face of humanoid robotics? Or has she been overtaken by newer androids? Comment now and let us know. We genuinely check your comments and use them to improve every video. Number 6, Annie, the compassion robot built for real needs. Most realistic robots are built to impress the public, attract investors, or demonstrate cutting-edge engineering. Annie, made by Anywit Robotics, is different. Annie is built with a mission to support people who need help. Elderly individuals living alone, people with disabilities, people with social or cognitive challenges. Annie acts like a patient, empathetic assistant, the kind who never gets tired, irritated, or rushed. She helps with medication reminders, simple daily tasks, video call setup, schedule organization, emotional comfort, and even light conversation for people struggling with loneliness or anxiety. She's not glamorous. She's not a flashy prototype. She's practical, and she's already making a difference. In many ways, Annie represents a future where realistic robots aren't just entertainment devices, they're companions. Number 7, Morin, the first true full-body realistic walker. If there's one robot on this list that will make you say, okay, now that's getting real, it's Morin from AI Mogo Robotics. Because Morin isn't just expressive, she moves. Most hyperreal androids have limited mobility. They stand still, move their arms slowly, or sit behind desks. Morin breaks that barrier. She walks naturally. She gestures while talking. She dances. She turns her head while moving without losing facial realism. Her body coordination is so smooth that in exhibitions, Morin has been used as an event host, greeting crowds, guiding people, and interacting with visitors as if she were a human presenter. At roughly 165 centimeters tall and 45 kilograms, Morin has realistic body proportions, making her physical presence even more uncanny. Think about this. A robot that looks human and moves human. That's a different level of realism. Press subscribe and be part of the 1% who actually understands where AI is heading. Number 8, AZI, the transparent artist robot. Not every realistic robot looks human. Some look mechanical, but behave so naturally that the effect is equally powerful. AZI, created by Automata, is one such robot. AZI has a partially transparent design. You can see inner mechanics. You can see synthetic muscles moving. You can watch actuators firing. Yet the robot's mannerisms are artistic, expressive, and strangely emotional. AZI paints in real time, not preset patterns. Generative artwork influenced by art history, human artist observations, AI-style development, environmental stimuli. Watching AZI paint feels like watching a new form of consciousness explore creativity. It challenges our ideas about what art even is. Is creativity purely human? Or can machines develop their own style? AZI doesn't answer the question. It forces you to answer it. Number 9's Robot, the humanoid built for real industry. Most realistic robots are built to be faces, presenters, hosts, guides. But X-Robot is built for work, real work. Factories around the world were built for human hands, human reach, human grip, human walk paths. Rebuilding entire manufacturing floors for robotics is insanely expensive. So instead, X-Robot fits into the existing human environment. It uses standard tools. It walks standard distances. It grabs objects with human-like hands. And here's the surprising thing. Factory workers report feeling more comfortable working with humanoid robots than with mechanical industrial arms. Because the human shape feels familiar, predictable, safe. It's the ultimate example of realism designed for practicality. Would you feel safe working beside a humanoid robot in a factory? Or would that make you uneasy? Comment now and let us know. Number 10, Origin M1, the super realistic robotic head. Finally, we reached the most unsettling robot on this list. Not because it's dangerous, but because it's so realistic despite being only a head. The Origin M1 from a head form is a compact humanoid head with deeply expressive eyes, smooth eyelid motion, micro-jaw movements, emotional expressions, neck tilts, and nods. Perfect conversational timing, and the craziest part? It's meant to sit on a desk. Imagine a customer service kiosk where a realistic humanoid head greets you, answers your questions, and maintains perfect eye contact the entire time. Origin M1 brings all the realism of a full android into a smaller, cheaper, more practical form factor. Telepresence, education, reception desks, virtual meetings. Origin M1 is basically the future of digital humans, except physically present. A digital assistant with a face. So here's the real takeaway. Humanoid robots are no longer trying to look human. They're starting to behave human. Emotion recognition, micro-expressions, natural movement, cultural conversation, empathy simulation, real-time adaptation. Robots are no longer just metal machines performing mechanical tasks. They're becoming emotional interfaces, bridges between humans and artificial intelligence. Some will guide us. Some will serve us. Some will entertain us. Some will comfort us. Some might even challenge how we define creativity, connection, and identity. And the real question isn't, will realistic robots become part of everyday life? They already have. The real question is, how human do we want them to become? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Does this future excite you, or does it cross the line? And if you enjoy these deep dives into the frontier of robotics and AI, make sure to subscribe, because the next generation of machines is arriving faster than anyone expected.
The internet went wild. The robot moved so fluidly, so runway model, swayed its hips, gestured with its hands. Millions of comments flooded in. Fake. That's an AI video. The CEO had no choice. He brought Iron back on stage in front of 3,000 people and rolling cameras and did something no one expected. He told the engineers, cut it open. The blade pressed into iron. Synthetic skin peeled back like rubber. And underneath, no blood, no muscle, just motors, actuators. When Xpeng unveiled the Iron Humanoid, the internet went wild. The robot moved so fluidly, so naturally, that people couldn't believe what they were seeing. It walked like a runway model, swayed its hips, gestured with its hands. Millions of comments flooded in. Fake. That's an AI video. The CEO had no choice. He brought Iron back on stage in front of 3,000 people and rolling cameras and did something no one expected. He told the engineers, cut it open. The blade pressed into iron. Synthetic skin peeled back like rubber. And underneath, no blood, no muscle, just motors, actuators, and an exoskeleton humming with mechanical power. The room went silent. This wasn't Westworld. This wasn't a stunt. This was real. So, how does a car company build something that fools millions of people into thinking it's human? Here's what they're not telling you. Xpeng makes electric cars, but in 2020, they started a secret project to build a humanoid robot from scratch. By 2024, they had a clunky prototype that could barely walk. It stumbled over flat surfaces, dropped objects, learned one skill every few weeks. Then, the CEO threw $7 billion at the problem, and everything changed. He became obsessed. He said building robots was way harder than cars because a car has one steering wheel and 4 wheels, but a humanoid has 82 joints that each need to coordinate like a human body. Every joint needs sensors, motors, control systems, and they all need to work together in real time without lag. But why humanoid? Because the training data already exists. Billions of hours of video showing humans walking, running, grabbing, balancing, and gesturing. YouTube alone has enough human movement data to train 1,000 robots. Xpeng just had to figure out how to tap into it. The breakthrough came in 2025. Xpeng switched to Vision Language Action 2.0. Instead of processing text instructions and translating them into movement, Iron sees an object, interprets it visually through computer vision, and acts immediately. This made the hardware revolution easy. Engineers added a bionic spine that allows hip rotation and torso twist. Movements that look simple but require complex coordination. Synthetic muscles made from elastomer lattices that mimic human muscle fibers. And the brain? Xpeng's Turing AI chip, originally designed for autonomous vehicles to process sensor data from cameras, LiDAR, and radar in real time. Now it's processing humanoid movement, balance, object recognition, and decision-making. But Xpeng had another advantage nobody talks about. They control 60% of global robot components, motors from their EV division, sensors from their self-driving program, batteries from their energy research, actuators from their manufacturing partners. Everything about Iron was designed to fit seamlessly into human environments. Not because it's easier to build, it's actually harder, but because humans have already optimized the world for ourselves. If a robot can navigate our spaces, it can work anywhere. But integration is only half the story. What's actually inside iron that makes it move like a human? November 5th, 2025, Guangzhou, Xpeng AI Day. The moment iron stepped onto that stage, robotics experts knew something had shifted. Iron stands 1.73 meters tall, weighs 70 kilograms, about the size of an average human adult. But the specs tell a different story. Iron has 82 independent joints. Your body has about 360. But iron's 22 joint hand can thread a needle on the first try. Can you? These aren't normal motors. They're precision instruments that measure resistance in real time. Watch iron make coffee. Iron finds the perfect grip in milliseconds. It can tie knots, thread needles, unscrew bottle caps, plug in USB cables on the first try. Tasks that seem simple but require an understanding of friction, torque, and spatial reasoning that most robots completely lack. 3 Turing AI chips power everything. Combined, they pump out 2,250 to 3,000 tops, trillions of operations per second, more than high-end gaming PCs, all packed inside a humanoid frame processing vision, audio, balance, and movement simultaneously. Meanwhile, the power source is solid-state batteries. Iron is the first humanoid to use them commercially. 30% lighter than lithium-ion, higher energy density, and critically, safer. No risk of fire or explosion. Iron can operate for hours without recharging, without overheating, without needing a team of technicians to monitor battery temperatures. However, vision is where things get truly advanced. Eagle Eye 720-degree sight. An array of cameras and sensors positioned around the head and torso creates a complete wraparound view. No blind spots. No need to turn its head to see behind it. The system processes depth, distance, and movement in real time. It can track multiple objects simultaneously, recognize faces, read text, identify obstacles, and it does all of this while moving, while the environment changes, while people walk in front of it. Spatial audio completes the picture. Microphones embedded in those human-like ears pick up sound from all directions. Iron can locate voices in a crowd, filter background noise, distinguish between a command and casual conversation. Those ears, by the way, sparked the whole controversy. People saw them and assumed they were human. They're not. They're acoustic sensors designed to look natural while serving a functional purpose. But the most controversial feature is the skin. It's not cosmetic, it's a functional interface. Touch-sensitive synthetic material that detects pressure, temperature, and contact location. Iron knows when it's being touched, where it's being touched, how hard. Engineers tested this by hugging the robot, shaking its hand, patting its shoulder. He Xiaopeng called it huggable because they wanted iron to feel safe, not cold, not mechanical, safe. The skin is customizable, different textures, different tones, male, female, slim, stocky. The female model has breasts, curves, feminine facial features. Xpeng calls it comfort and relatability. Critics called it something else. They called it objectification, said it reinforces gender stereotypes, opened ethical nightmares about consent, intimacy, and how humans might interact with human-like machines. Xpeng responded that they're just matching what people expect from service roles, flight attendants, retail workers, hospitality staff, industries where appearance matters to customers. The internet had turned a factory robot into something else entirely, and it raised questions Xpeng couldn't easily answer. If a robot looks human, acts human, and feels human to touch, where do we draw ethical boundaries? But while the internet argues about robot ethics, Iron clocked in for its first day of work. At Xpeng's Jiaoqing manufacturing facility, Iron works the assembly line. It does vehicle quality checks, inspects welds, measures panel gaps, checks paint finishes, tasks that require precision and consistency but bore human workers to tears. The factory runs more efficiently with iron on the floor. Downtime decreased, defects dropped, and human workers moved to supervisory roles instead of repetitive inspection tasks. Baoshan Iron and Steel is testing iron for fault detection in their mills. Steel production involves extreme temperatures, heavy machinery, and hazardous conditions. Sending humans into some areas risks injury. Sending iron, no risk. If something goes wrong, you repair or replace it. It processes thermal imaging data, vibration patterns, and acoustic signatures simultaneously. A bearing that's starting to fail sounds different, runs hotter. Repetitive inspection tasks. Baoshan Iron and Steel is testing iron for fault detection in their mills, heavy machinery, and hazardous conditions. Sending humans into some areas risks injury. Sending iron, no risk. If something goes wrong, you repair or replace it. Early results show iron catches equipment faults earlier than human inspectors. It processes thermal imaging data, vibration patterns, and acoustic signatures simultaneously. A bearing that's starting to fail sounds different, runs hotter, vibrates at a different frequency. Iron detects these micro changes before they become macro failures. But factories are just the beginning. By late 2026, Xpeng plans to put iron in retail stores, their own stores first, then partnerships with other brands. This means when you walk into a store, iron greets you at the door, answers your questions, never takes a break, never has a bad day, never asks for a raise. The human sales associate who used to do that job, gone. Not because they were bad at their job, because iron costs significantly less than a human. 5 to 10 years out, Xpeng targets healthcare, home assistance, elderly care. China has a demographic crisis. The population is aging rapidly, and there aren't enough young people to care for them all. Iron could help. Remind patients to take medication, assist with mobility, monitor vital signs, call for help in emergencies. And we're not even talking about home assistance, a robot that can do laundry, clean, cook, organize, and respond to voice commands. Amazon's been chasing this for years with Alexa on wheels. Apple wants it, Google wants it. Everyone wants a home robot that actually works. Xpeng thinks iron is the answer. The dexterity, vision, and AI are all there. What's missing is the software ecosystem. That's why they're opening an SDK iron for specific tasks. It sounds like science fiction, but the technology exists today. What's missing is refinement, testing, debugging, and scale. Speaking of scale, Xpeng's production plan is aggressive. Mass production starts in late 2026. By 2030, they want to build 1 million humanoids per year. For context, Tesla delivered about 1.8 million cars in 2023. Xpeng wants to hit half that number in humanoid robots by the end of the decade. This is where the economic implications become unavoidable. If iron succeeds, if Xpeng hits those production numbers, entire job categories disappear. Retail workers, factory inspectors, warehouse staff, security guards, cleaning crews, home health aides, delivery drivers, customer service reps, all gone. But Xpeng isn't alone in this race. Tesla, Boston Dynamics, and a dozen other companies are building their own versions. The question is, why does iron look so much more human than any of them? Tesla's Optimus, still shuffling around like it's wearing a spacesuit. Impressive for early development, not ready for prime time. Boston Dynamics Atlas is the showstopper. Backflips, parkour, running over obstacles. It's built for strength and agility. Engineers love it. But Atlas isn't designed for human interaction. It's industrial, built for construction sites, disaster zones, and military applications. No friendly interface, no soft skin. It's a tool, not a companion. How about Unitree's H2, a Chinese competitor priced at $30,000? Affordable, capable, but nowhere near as advanced as iron. Basic dexterity, limited AI. It's a budget option for simple tasks. Iron sits in a different category entirely. Most human-like gait in the industry. Soft, touch-sensitive skin that makes physical interaction natural. solid-state batteries that are safer and lighter, massive on-device comp in actual factories doing actual work. The projected price? Under $30,000 based on Xpeng's component costs and manufacturing scale. That puts it in the same price range as a new car. Cheaper than Unitree once you factor in capabilities, a fraction of Figure 1's cost. Western robots look mechanical. You can tell they're machines, industrial, functional, obviously robotic. But now we have to answer a very uncomfortable question. What happens when humanoids become normal? When they're affordable enough for small businesses? When they're everywhere? You won't just compete with software for jobs. You'll compete with physical beings that move like you, think faster than you, work longer than you, and cost less than minimum wage. A retail worker in the US earns maybe $30,000 a year. Benefits add another $10,000. That's $40,000 annually. Iron costs $30,000 once, then electricity and maintenance, maybe $5,000 a year in operating costs. Break even happens in under a year. After that, pure savings. Scale that across industries. McDonald's has 200,000 employees. Replace half with humanoids and you save billions annually. Walmart employs 2.1 million people. Replace just 10% with humanoids. That's 210,000 jobs gone. This isn't speculation, it's arithmetic, and the economics are too compelling for businesses to ignore. What do displaced workers do? Retrain? For what? AI is getting better at knowledge work too. Robot humanoids handle physical tasks. Large language models handle cognitive tasks. What's left? Some argue that new jobs will emerge. They always have before. The Industrial Revolution eliminated farm jobs, but created factory jobs. Computers eliminated typing pools, but created software jobs. But this feels different. Both physical and cognitive work are being automated simultaneously. The transition might happen too fast for society to adapt. Others argue humans will move to creative, emotional, and social roles, jobs that require empathy, judgment, and human connection. Therapists, teachers, artists, managers, maybe, but how many of those jobs exist? Enough to employ hundreds of millions of displaced workers? And are those jobs safe? AI art tools already threaten illustrators. AI writing tools threaten copywriters. AI tutors are getting better every year. Even emotional labor might not be safe. If Iron can read facial expressions, modulate its voice, and respond with appropriate empathy, can it do customer service, counseling, coaching? The line between human only and robot capable keeps moving, and it's moving fast. For China, humanoids are strategic. They're not just about corporate profits. They're about maintaining economic growth as the population ages. For the West, humanoids are disruptive. They threaten employment, challenge labor laws, raise uncomfortable questions about inequality and who benefits from automation. If Iron succeeds in China, Western companies will face pressure to adopt similar technology or lose competitiveness. A Chinese manufacturer using humanoids can undercut a Western manufacturer using human labor. The race is already on, and right now, China is winning. So when Iron walks into a store near you, when it greets you with a smile, when its synthetic skin feels warm to the touch, when you forget for just a second that it's not human, ask yourself, what happens when the robots don't just take our jobs, they take our faces too? Xpeng's CEO grins when asked about the future. The future is physical, he says. Judging by the 30 million views, the death threats, the fan art, and the conspiracy theories, that future is already here, and nobody knows what to do about it. Still, Iron isn't the only humanoid coming for your job. 7 more companies are about to flood the market in 2026, and one of them makes Iron look outdated. Click on the next video to see new humanoids coming out in 2026.
How's it going, Optimus? Thank you. Third time? Thank you. Bye. See ya.
Google just dropped a big update. You can now make Google just dropped a big update. You can now make custom music inside Gemini. It uses their new Lyria 3 model. You get full tracks completely for free. Just type a prompt, ask for a funky summer track or a lo-fi beat. You can even upload a photo or video to match the exact right mood. It generates a 30-second song with instruments, vocals, and automatically written lyrics. It also creates custom cover art using the Nano Banana image model. You control the tempo, genre, and vocal style to dial in the sound. This feature is also rolling out globally for creators inside YouTube Shorts. Every track includes a hidden synth ID watermark to identify it as AI generated. It is built for original ideas, so it will not clone existing artists directly. It's live now for users over 18. What track are you making first?
The world's very first home The world's very first home robot was just released to the public. It was made by a Norwegian company called 1X, and for a small price of $20,000 or a $500 monthly subscription, you can have one of these robots in your home. It's 1.7 meters tall and it weighs 30 kilograms, and its name is Neo. But here's where it gets crazy, because this thing has artificial muscles, which are powered by compressed air, which means that it moves smoothly and quietly like a human. There's no jerky movements, and the motion is fluid, meaning that you can barely hear this thing coming up behind you. But here's how this thing learns, because traditional robots need to be programmed line by line and task by task. But Neo, it has a built-in AI, meaning that it learns by watching. If you show it how to pour coffee in a cup just once, it will learn to do that. If you show it how to fold a shirt a single time, it will learn to do that. It built a library of movements simply from observation. And the craziest part is that OpenAI invested into this, which is the company behind ChatGPT. And compared to other robots on the market, which are over $100,000 and they're only for industrial use, this thing is only $20,000 and you can use it at home. And everything that you can do, this thing can probably do. It can walk upstairs, it can navigate tight spaces, it can handle delicate objects. And for its hands, it also has 5 fingers. Units are expected to be delivered by mid to late 2026. But what do you think of this? Is this a good idea? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments.
China's robots are becoming more and more China's robots are becoming more and more sophisticated day by day, and their movements are becoming so smooth that they are performing such stunts, etc., that any professional stuntman would be ashamed. Where China prepared its robots' unitary life and H1 in such a way for its Chinese New Year of the year 2026. They were trained in such a way that, they were performing many kung fu stunts so well that anyone would be amazed to see them. And all these stunts were performed in China on the 17th of February 2026. Chinese New Year.
China just put robots center stage, and it wasn't science fiction. At the Chinese New Year Gala, link with human performers, showcasing precision movement and real-time coordination. But this wasn't just spectacle, it was a signal. China is pushing toward mass-produced humanoid robots and real-world deployment across industry and daily life. From performance to productivity, these machines hint at a future where robots move seamlessly from end to end. They're ready to work beside us. And that future is arriving faster than most people realize.
Scientists in South Korea have created such micro-sized robots inspired by ants, which have surprised the whole world. These small but powerful robots can not only synchronize Scientists in South Korea have created such micro-sized robots inspired by ants, which have surprised the whole world. These small but powerful robots can not only synchronize their movements, but also propel themselves using centrifugal force and join it and make it absolutely perfect. Their incredible abilities include clearing blocked blood vessels, removing plaque, and potentially saving lives. Not only this, they can also Scientists in South Korea have created these not only synchronize their movements, but also propel themselves using centrifugal force and easily cross any obstacle. Within 5 seconds, they can break the heaviest liquid metal and rejoin it and make it absolutely perfect. Their incredible abilities include clearing blocked blood vessels, removing plaque, and potentially saving lives. Not only this, they can also build rafts that float on water like ants, which can lift up to 2,000 times their own weight. And most interestingly, they can block the path of the superworm and take it to the desired place without any harm.
This teenager has robotic arms. This teenager has robotic arms. Her name is Tilly and was born without arms, facing many challenges in life. But now, at 13 years old, she got an amazing gift: 3D printed robotic arms. This special technology helps her do things she couldn't before. Tilly is the first person in Britain to have these robotic arms.
Are these robots? Are these robots or real people?
Eyes, blue eyes, brown eyes, whatever.
Can they wear makeup?
Yes, they do wear makeup. One of the biggest problems we have.
This is either Ghislaine Maxwell in a video that's going viral, or the video is entirely faked. Maybe AI. I haven't been able to independently verify it. It looks real, although highly edited.
Gillen? Do I know you? Gillen?
No, sorry.
No? I used to order the Hello Pizza off of her.
Oh, really?
She always delivered, yeah.
This looks a lot more like that than this looks like that. I mean, it's pretty clear. Check out the clip again. She responds to being called Gillen. She turns and responds to that name. It's like it was natural. And the person with her, a lot of people are speculating that's Alan Dershowitz. And he even goes to cover his face once he realizes the camera is there.
Gillen? Do I know you? You know Gillen?
No, sorry.
No? I used to order the Hello Pizza off of her.
Oh, really?
She always delivered, yeah.
Let me know what you guys think. Was Ghislaine Maxwell spotted in person, or is this someone else, or is that a fake? We don't know yet. Hopefully we'll get answers, but let me know what you think. In the meantime, comment, like, share, spread the word, follow, subscribe, and I'll see you back here for the 411.
I believe someone just found Ghislaine Maxwell.
No, sorry.
No? I used to order the Hello Pizza off of her.
Oh, really?
She always delivered, yeah.
Now I'll give her some credit. She did a good job at hiding her British accent, but you can't hide those chompers or that nose. Look at the dip in the nose, the flare in the nostrils, the damn teeth, the way they sit. How about that upper lip? Come on now. They'll call you a psycho for suggesting that this could be Ghislaine, but then they'll try to sell us this, whatever this is. It's not her. Just notice how her left eye sits slightly lower than her right eye in both of these images. And this is a consistent feature in multiple images. Something fishy is definitely going on, but I'd love to know your opinion in the comments below.
It's not just Ghislaine Maxwell, but her brother too, both spotted in Canada. Or is it the Goblin Alan Dershowitz? Watch close. It's not just Ghislaine Maxwell, but her brother too, both spotted in Canada. Or is it the Goblin Alan Dershowitz? Watch closely.
Do I know you?
Same teeth, same nose, same hooding of the eyes, same lips, same laugh lines. We already know this isn't the same person. She literally did a double take when he said Ghislaine. Closely.
Do I know you? Do I know you?
Is this why she was moved to a new prison? And the prison gives her an umbrella so we can't see her face when we take photos? And if you haven't seen the melodramatic footage of her pacing around in her cell, it doesn't even look like her. It's some other woman. No, sorry.
No.
It's even the same eyebrow arch. You guys, I'm totally convinced. It's the same person. What is she doing in Quebec? I'm pretty much convinced that Epstein is alive and this biatch is out of prison too.
I used to Hello Pizza off of her.
Oh, really?
She
The
always
brother.
delivered, yeah.
And is it the brother or is it Alan Dershowitz? Because I really can't make up my mind because this is an older photo, like years back when she was first in court. So he could have aged, but also he looks like the gremlin Alan Dershowitz. Somebody who thinks who is it? Oh, and all of this conveniently happened the same day that Andrew was arrested in his hometown. You know, the king's brother, King Charles over there on the other side of the world.